Okay, we should be live again. I kind of went over the last VOD length, and we went over it by a minute by accident, so it will be kind of cut short a little bit. But as far as it goes, we are live at 12:02 with a title that is, "You Cannot Trust Anybody." And I don't know if anybody's showing up to the intro here, but what I just want to put at the start of this VOD, and this is going to be, I guess, the start of a VOD series that is a little different because I gotta lock in over the next 30 days. And I gotta lock in on these videos, just get them done, and get to 100, right? I gotta achieve this goal. And the reason why it's called "You Can't Trust Anybody" is because you can't, in this situation, trust that at times people chatting to you are looking at things with your best intentions or your best interests. And something I realized, though, now again, I was like streaming to multiple platforms, but the true thing that I was realizing is that more often than not, I was getting inputs from shady characters on something that was the other platform I was streaming on, and my time was getting wasted. So what I realized, though, is that just to follow my own path, follow my own story. It is one of these things that I can't trust the other person on the other side of the screen to know not only what I'm doing, but to kind of give me valuable inputs. And I think in the last VOD, it might be, it's actually this VOD right here, "Uncover the Secrets of Your Prosperity." But something I realized, though, is that there were a lot of characters that would come in and, not on the YouTube VOD here, but as far as they would come in and they would always be, negative towards the things that I was doing and not really grasping the picture. And that's okay. I don't expect people to grasp the picture until it works, until the picture is something that is kind of unignorable. But what that takes, though, is dedication to you, and dedication to your path, and dedication to what you're doing. And what I'm doing, what I'm working on, is something that wasting the time trying to explain to every new person that pops in is better done by just showing, and better done by just taking the actions towards it, rather than sitting here having some type of 20-minute, 30-minute, hour-long conversation about what I'm doing over and over and over again to every new person, because the reality is I just got to do it. And over the past 15 days, probably maybe 10 days, I don't even know how many days we've been making TikToks every day. But I've realized, though, that I can definitely be making a lot more of these things every day, and they are very short videos, and I don't know exactly which one will perform better than the other ones. With the 30 that I have right now, or 35 or something that I have right now. But, feeding the algorithm with more opportunity here with this situation is definitely what I need to be doing. And I've been saying 100 videos, but as far as there being like some type of time limit in my head, and by the time the time limit's over, we might have way more than 100 of these videos. So that would be helpful. So yeah, I kind of stopped streaming to anything but YouTube, and it's going to be probably an experience that is a little bit similar to when I was locked in on making the music and the original part of the VOD. I'll keep the chat on as far as the YouTube chat goes, but the truth here is I just got to be locked in, and I just got to be focused, and I just got to, in a way, be always, kind of thinking about these when I am in my waking hours, because, they are kind of everything to this when it comes to the zero budget marketing. And the next thing I'll say about the you can't trust anybody is when it comes to music. So the bigger picture here around music is show business. And show business is a business that is something. I'm 25 years old. So clearly there's many things that I don't know about show business, that people doing this for decades on decades on decades know. But from my perspective and my view of it, it is something that, as far as you in the future go watching this, decades from now, the simple truth about it is you can't trust anybody within a game like this and truly trust that they have your best interest at heart at times when you're doing something by yourself, when you're doing something new, when you're doing something out of the norm. And I think sticking to yourself, it's something you clearly see me do as far as the actions that I take day to day, as far as showing, respect for people. It's a different thing than trusting somebody with even holding on to your sounds, holding on to the things you said, holding on to your future. Showing somebody these things. There is aspects that you don't know what their intention is, or as far as the future of their intentions go, what these things can lead to. And when it comes to, the chain you're weaving of life, each decision you make is a link on a chain. And you can't go back on the last decision. Like, I can't go back on the speech that I've already said. Sure, I could go delete the VOD of it. I can go end the stream and delete the VOD of it, but we don't do that. The truth here is that when you're having a one-on-one conversation, even if it is in private, the links of the chain of the conversation and what you share are locked in time and locked in the other side's memory. So being, careful with everything when it comes to what you're creating matters at the highest of level of what this is. And again, I'm trying to play at the highest level. Am I at the highest level right now? No. But do I think of things like I'm gonna be at the highest level? Yes. And do I plan to make sure that my corners are covered? Yes. And do I know where my corners are lacking? Yeah. Do, I express these things with within, I guess, why did I even subscribe? Hey, bro. I don't know. But motherfucker distracted me, man. Talking to my VOD, bro. Fuck you. When it comes to expressing and giving some type of, backdoor in a way to somebody in the future based on the corners that aren't covered, you pick carefully. And some things, some links are locked in time where they're not unweavable. They're locked in some type of digital dust, per se. And when it comes to that aspect of it, I think you can't do anything but make a better decision from it in the future, but also strictly prepare for the damage that could occur. And I think that kind of preparedness, though, happens when you accidentally overtrust. And that's why I'm leaving this all on this VOD, though. It's better at an early age to know that, exactly trusting somebody with the full vision of your plan, the full vision of your ideas, is not in your best interest. Because, these things do, especially in this world, not global world as far as world as in show business. It is something where people want to tear you down. People don't want to see you win. People want to see you lose. And people have incentive to make sure you don't surpass somebody or make sure you do lose. So, yeah, you can't trust anybody. You can't. whoever you are, far into the future watching this. And hopefully we got through that with, there was some pauses, but I think as far as the business, we standing on it. Like all of these things, man. And I'm running out of breath, bro. I got to shower, and then I got to get to my my work, really. And what matters.